I have been out earning my teaching salary since 2019 on Teachers Pay Teachers. And today I'm sharing with you the 3 things that I did that helped me replace my teaching salary. And you want to make sure that you stick around for number 3, because number 3 was a huge game changer for me in my business, but it's something that a lot of sellers often overlook. But let's go ahead and dive in with number 1. Number 1, I invested in my business. Now, I get it. When you first start off on Teachers Pay Teachers, I don't encourage brand new sellers to spend a lot of money. In fact, that's the reason why my course, Selling 101, is offered so inexpensive, because I don't think that you should have any kind of financial stress when you start selling on Teachers Pay Teachers. So this advice is not necessarily for people who have just started, but if you've been selling for a little while and you've kind of gotten your feet wet, you know how to make products, you've started getting some listing, then go ahead, take the money, invest in your business. I say this because when I first started, I was so hesitant to spend any money at all. In fact, in my first year of selling on Teachers Pay Teachers, I probably spent less than $100 in total on my TPT business, and that included my premium seller account. So I was really tight with those pennies. So I started my store in the summer of 2016, and by the fall of 2017, I had found out about a course and I really wanted to purchase it. And it was on sale at the end of that year. I think it was around Christmas time. It was on sale for $99, which is really inexpensive for a course, especially now. But back then there weren't a whole lot of courses to choose from for Teachers Pay Teachers, and $99 just felt like a lot of money to me because I didn't have kind of a frame of reference. It just seemed like spending $100. I was really afraid that I was going to spend it and that money was going to be wasted. But the moment that I took that $100 and I spent it on the course itself was amazing. Don't get me wrong, the content was good, but I never actually finished the course. Spending that $100, what it did for me was it cemented in my mind that I had to take the business seriously. And it was my first step towards actually treating my business like a business. Now, I don't recommend spending a large sum of money just so that you can start treating your business like a business. You can do that for free. But part of treating your business like a business is actually investing in your business and making strategic business investments. I'm not talking about purchasing something on a whim. I'm not talking about purchasing something just because the cart is about to close. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about sitting down and actually figuring out what are my goals for my TPT business. What is it that I want to do in my business and what progress do I want to make? And what is going to help me get there faster? Okay, so if you are working on learning Instagram marketing, maybe that's taking a course on Instagram marketing, or maybe it's joining Ashley Mickelson's Insta Planner for TPT sellers, but maybe it's something like that. Making a strategic investment in your business when you're working towards a specific goal. So for me at that time, I wanted to learn how to grow and scale my business. And I knew there was a lot of foundational information that I was missing for selling on Teachers Pay Teachers. And so I purchased that course to help me lay a good foundation for my business moving forward. And that, to this day, was a turning point in my business. From the moment that I took that course, my income went from about $300 a month to 4 figures within just a couple of months. And again, I didn't even finish the course. It wasn't about that. It was mostly about starting to take my business seriously. All right, let's talk about number 2, and that is I stopped making resources for my classroom. So number 1 was something that I did fairly early on. So I did that back in the fall of 2017, and I left the classroom in the summer of 2019. So less than 2 years, okay? And one of the changes that I made during the 17-18 school year into the 18-19 school year is that I stopped creating resources for my classroom. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't create resources for your classroom and list them on TPT. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if your goal is to replace your teaching salary, if your goal is to leave the classroom, if your goal is to scale your business faster, then one of the most strategic things that you can do is you can start making resources that are going to push your business forward versus creating resources to meet an immediate need inside of your classroom. And so entering into the 2018-2019 school year, I knew that at the end of that year, I should be able to leave the classroom, and I did. And so what I started doing was I started taking very strategic steps to grow my business and start creating resources that I knew were going to sell for me on TPT. And this was kind of a hard shift in my mindset because I had been so used to just taking what I was creating in my classroom and for my students and listing it on TPT. And instead, I was now having to purchase resources on TPT. But here's the thing, and if you need to hear this, if you need an excuse to spend more money on TPT, I'm going to give it to you right now. Spend the $5 on the product that you need for your classroom tomorrow and create the product that's going to make you $5,000 over the next couple of years. Okay? Spend the $5 now and make $5,000 over the next few years. For me, this mindset shift was key in exponentially growing my business over the course of a school year so that I could leave the classroom at the end of 2019 school year. Now, I know not everybody's goal is to leave the classroom, so that's not what I'm talking about here, but I don't think anybody would turn their nose up at earning their teaching salary on Teachers Pay Teachers in addition to earning their teaching salary at work, right? So if that is you, then give yourself permission to go ahead and purchase the resources that you need for your classroom while you focus on creating resources that are going to sell well for you on Teachers Pay Teachers. All right, I promised you number 3 was a good one, and it is. Now bear with me for a second because it's going to sound really simple, but I promise it's huge. I took time to reflect on my best sellers, to take a look at what my best-selling products were inside of my store and to think about why they were selling so well. A lot of times we get into the habit of creating products based on a fun or a cool idea that we have or a cool idea that we've seen versus being super purposeful with the resources that we're going to create. And so at the end of 2018, I knew I needed to create another product line. At that time, I really only had one product line in my store, and I knew I needed to add another one. And so I started to think, why is it that that line of resources is doing so well? What need is that meeting in the market? And how can I take that knowledge and apply it to the next product line that I create? So we take the time to reflect on why our best sellers are selling. Why are they doing so well? And I'm going to take that knowledge and I'm going to apply it to the next product line. This doesn't mean my next line of resources is going to be the same as my last one. It doesn't even necessarily mean that it's going to meet the same need. I'm just going to think about what feedback has teachers given to me so far about that best-selling line of resources or those best-selling products, and why is it that they love it so much, and why is it that they continue to come back for more? Because if I can figure out why they continue to come back for more and why they love it so much, then I can apply that to the next line of resources that I create. And then those same customers who already love my products, they're going to love that next line of resources. And that's going to help me ensure that the next set of resources that I create is going to be successful as well. All right, I have one last thing to share with you, and I'm so excited to roll it out. The all-new Rebranded Teacher Academy, it is opening for founding members at the end of this month, but you have to be on a wait list, all right? The Rebranded Teacher Academy membership gives you access to my entire course library as well as a library of quick start guides where you can implement strategies inside of your business immediately. You'll also get access to live trainings and audits every single month, all for a very low monthly price. Now, if this is something that you are interested in, then you want to make sure that you click the link down in the description and get on the wait list to become a founding member, because founding members not only get early access to all of the content, they also get the opportunity to lock in a lower monthly rate. Rebranded Teacher Academy will be opening to founding members March 25th of 2022, and it will be closing the doors within just a few short days. And then it'll be reopening for all members in May of 2022. I am so excited. Make sure you join that waitlist so that you can get more information about how to become a founding member when we open for founding members on March 25th. All right, I will see you guys next week right here.